Welcome back to SMM. It is the Grand National Dota Tournament for 2010. We got yourselves our last match of the night. We gave you a little bit of false hope. We thought it was last match last time. This time, it's not. It's actually really your last match. eHome going up against, almost called known as Team Mushy, CCM. eHome will be as the Sentinel side tonight. CCM will be playing as our Scourge. Joining me is the lovely Kelly Milk. He's, of course, joining myself, Toby Kenobi. Yeah, see, she's waving at everyone out there on the beautiful stream. Great to have you guys. You've been dedicated listeners all day. Because the dedicated listeners is the guys in the front row. Poor man in the purple shirt looked like he was about to fall asleep there for a second, but the game has actually started. Been waiting for a year. In fact, someone just turned the lights off, so it's like we've got mood lighting around the place. I think here, Kelly, is rather like mood setting. I'm going to go with it. She's not going to go with it. We're going to go with the game. That's an even better thing to go with. So let's transfer all the people on the live stream over to the game, and we can have ourselves a bit of fun. What do we got for the band so far, Kel?
We have... Oh yeah, for our band we have Bad Rider and Visage, and for CCM they have decided to ban the Doom and the Vengeful Spirit.
Vengeful Spirit, a hero we've seen a lot through out today. Either banned, I think, once before and picked every other time. Great initiator through the swap, stun, raw, whole shebang. Visage and Doom, auto bans basically. Interesting to see though, Broodmother is still in the mix. There are 3 bans to actually do from either side, so 1 each left. It's in the hands of eHome. I'm not thinking now that I actually said the word Broodmother, they might actually ban it. Just to remind, and look, it actually happens too. Just to remind you all out there who are listening in, either live or on the stream, the players can actually hear us, hence there is no strat calling whatsoever. In fact, Kelly, we're actually going to be pretty good about it. Only call what both the players know. It's going to be great.
I know what?
Obviously, yes,
come again.
Come again. Thank you. Please come again. Awesome.
The music is so loud.
Yeah, what, really? I can't even hear it. It's great. Alchemist is our third band coming up here for CCM. Windrunner being the first pick here for eHome. Not a bad pick up to actually go through. We've seen her already as a great counter to a tri-lane. I think I say that phrase way too many times. She's good against a tri-lane because she actually has a bit of damage at range. That actually come from a spell where she can spam up, generally going with the Ring of Basilius early on. As we saw in our last game, where she was actually in the tri-lane, she actually got shut down pretty badly because she couldn't get close enough. There was just enough harassment coming in from the CM and VS at that time on the bottom lane of the Sentinel side. So maybe Kelly this time around she'll have a little bit more luck or better positioning.
What happened to Zeus?
Zeus actually had a bit of a run about 4 months ago. Got picked a little bit through the ADC. RGC also showed him up a little bit as well. There's SF coming up as the first pick here for CCM. Followed up very, very closely by ES. 2 massively solid heroes. And to actually have them in that lineup, they're going to be very, very happy about that. Still 2 more picks to actually come up here from and then jump across to CCM for 1 more before we go into our last series of bands. But SF, Kelly, I know you're always excited by the big shadowy man.
It's my favorite hero.
It's your favorite hero. I want to see a Drow Ranger on eHome right now. Our 2 favorite heroes going head to head. And Kelly's just looking at me blankly. Poor Kelly.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. The music is so loud.
I'm surprised you actually hear that. Not quite sure about that. So yeah, we'll just see if we can turn that up for a little bit. Line coming up to the pick, into the mix here in the hands of eHome. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Can you all remember back to the, I'm not going to say those words here, but the ESWC with what was actually happening with the Lion from there. X was a machine. Will he be the same this time around? We will have to wait and find out. eHome have 1 more pick. They're eating into the extra time here at the moment. You see them all discussing about it. This is the awesome thing about when you actually come to a LAN. We'll actually jump ourselves onto the camera for a little bit for everyone out there on the live stream. This is eHome currently thinking, okay, what the hell are we going to do? Group ourselves around. Obviously the manager will be involved as well, wants to know exactly what the hell is going on for our picks. We've got 40 seconds to actually go. A2O's got the reins controls at the moment, so what are we going to get?
Look at the guys stack up front.
Hmm?
Look at the guys stack up front. Stacking on each other. Really romancing on the chairs.
Obviously, Bromance in the audience has Kelly actually up. Oh, Morphling actually coming up as our third pick here for eHome. He's been banned every freaking time so far, right? Just hasn't fit into the lineup this time around. Windrunner, Morphling, as well as Lion. Not a bad way to actually go. Good amount of stuns. I want to really see how Morphling is used.
Well, it's kind of like the last game. Now you guys will find out why it's always banned.
It is definitely
because
quite
it's
possible.
imbalanced. That's why it's always banned.
He is one of those heroes that, like, he destroyed my PL days. I used to love just getting PL Radiance on top and just push those lanes out. Every single freaking time I did, you'd have a Morphling just replicate me and push me straight back again. I get really under my nerves because his replica is pretty strong. His replica did get slightly tweaked around. I can't remember the specs. You can check your change logs at playdota.com. They'll tell you everything you need to know. But Morphling was basically changed around. So he's not as strong as he used to be. He is still pretty strong, and like he is really hard to go. Morphling is just one of those heroes that can initiate so fast with his waveform, able to come over the top. The amount of damage that actually does to the crit wave on the way through, and it really allows you to really focus your fire down. And of course now they know that massive damage will come out. CCM coming back with a Necrolite as their third pick. So Shadowfiend, Necrolite, as well as ES, two big heroes. Well, Kelly likes to class as a mid-game hero for the SF. I kind of like him for the great burst damage early, mid, and late. He's just a good all-round hero for all parts of the game. Jump yourself over to Necrolite, keep everyone alive. Interesting to actually note here too, Shadow Priest still in the mix. Wouldn't be a bad support hero actually toggle up there on CCM. Be very hard to actually kill their team if that actually happened, no matter how much damage Morphling as well as Windrunner actually does pump out. Even the burst damage that will come out from Lion's Finger as well. There's still a way to go. Pugner is going to be the first man coming out here from eHome. Still have another bit to go. CCM, one more band to actually, well, two more bands to actually come out, I believe.
What do you think? Undying and Shadow Priest?
See, I'm just looking at it right now and thinking that eHome, they're still going to want another support hero. I reckon CM's going to be thrown into the mix here by eHome, just so that Morphling never runs out of mana, or some sort of hero which can actually be really supportive. Like, I would have liked to see an Alchemist in the lineup, and that's exactly why CCM actually took him out. They knew if you threw an Alchemist in this eHome lineup, it'll be very powerful. But now they're eating into their extra time for the bans here. I'm not quite sure. Okay, look at lineup. Mass damage, good agi switch, because I say switch because of Morphling. You got a good support hero through line, so you stun, you hex, you burst damage. They need one more hero. They got good push from their lineup as well. Maybe a little bit more tanky. Morphling can do that as well, but I prefer him to see him a little bit more aggressive. But he can, as I said, switch it around a little bit more. So maybe just one more tank to actually take out the lineup. There's one. Tidehunter. So removing one of the support heroes with Alchemist out, remove Tidehunter as well. The two heroes, which actually got picked in the same team before as well. I'm not a big fan of either of them, really. No, they're not too bad. Enigma's still in the pool if they do want to have that big AoE stun through the black hole. But for the lineup at the moment, it's pretty balanced between both teams. They've both got a good level of DPS. They've both got a good level of support through the ES and the Lion. And yeah, they've still got a good bit of tank as well coming from the Necrolite as well as Morph.
Well, what CCM need right now is kind of like an AoE engager, which is like you said, maybe an Enigma, because they really need that for SF. For SF to do its ultimate easily, and you know, since they have ESSF, if you have like an AoE stunner or AoE engager, easily you can come up with a Reclaim Echo.
Actually,
so I'm kind of like just waiting for that AoE engager, and looking at it, I see Enigma at the moment. That's the most obvious choice, right? And what else?
We've got Witch Doctor on the ban.
Yeah, I mean, Tidehunter has been banned, so Witch Doctor has been banned, so
I don't even know. I'd even like to see an Enchantress come into the mix. Like we haven't seen it yet.
I know, but for this draft, based on like the first three heroes, I don't see Enchantress being anywhere in the draft.
Enchantress though can actually bring in the DPS if they're trying to fall back, but and also can actually go neutraling as well through her ability.
Oh yeah, they have Puck. They can take Puck. Puck Enigma.
Puck is
Dreamcoil or Black Hole, and come in follow up with an Echo or a Reaper.
Actually, wouldn't mind seeing a Puck CM coming out here for eHome, because we do go one apiece at the end of it here. So it isn't in the hands of CCM for what they want to do. They are really, really eating into their time now. 28 seconds of extra time left, and they're still doing this on the ban. They're still trying to figure out at the moment what they're up to. Sven actually being banned here by CCM, which actually isn't a bad move. For the amount of AoE stun that can come out there from Sven's Stormbolt, and the call that can come up as well. He can really burst a lot of damage, and would have been that fantastic like mid-game hero for eHome. And I think it's a very, very good ban so far.
Speaking of Puck, you know the one hero that I'm absolutely hopeless at is Puck. Like, literally I was drafted one during a tournament before. The girls were like, okay, you play Puck. I'm like, I've never played Puck before, and ever since then I'm like, phobia of Puck. It's not that it's hard to play, it's just that the mental block. CM coming up for eHome. So just an update on the ban so far. eHome has banned Bat Rider, Visage, Broodmother, Pugna, Witch Doctor. CCM has banned Doom, VS, Alchemist, Tidehunter, and the Arcade. eHome first 4 picks are Windrunner, Lion, Morphling, CM, waiting on their last pick now. CCM has a Venomancer, Necrolite, ES, and the SF.
That they definitely have. Well done.
I think
well done.
I don't know, because SF eating my mic. Because SF is kind of like it's not only it's exciting to cast, it's exciting to play, it's exciting to watch. So
I'm really looking forward to actually seeing what's happening right now. You look at the CCM lineup: Shadow Fiend, ulti, mass AoE, ES, ulti, awesome damage that comes from more units to more power. Necrolite even has a blast that will come out through the souls. Venomancer himself, his ulti is massively huge as well. eHome are gonna want to avoid the team fights.
But they don't have enough stunner. They don't have enough catcher for CCM. Or do you think like they're going for a push instead of like catching, holding up?
Push is an option with the lineup they've actually got, especially with Venomancer. And there's your counter push. Enigma comes up. Yeah, that's a good counter push.
That's going to be a little bit of trouble for draft-wise for CCM.
Yeah, I'm actually really interested to actually see how well Enigma actually goes with his black hole. If he doesn't catch ES, he's in trouble. You look towards the CCM lineup at the moment. They don't have any stun. Their last hero must be a stunner, must be a disable. Has to have that all good round way to go.
Warlock. What do you think about Warlock? Warlock has been like a long forgotten hero. Warlock used to be like a first pick for every hero back like 4 years ago when I was playing like draw.
Warlock Infernal, it'll be a good push. You got the massive AoE stun that actually comes from that one as well. A good support hero as well if you want to keep him in the lanes. Obviously with this you're looking for a tri lane though. Like you've got ES, you've got Venomancer, Warlock. He's good if you get him farmed up, and Viper is the last hero. Probably the better one to actually go break through that immunity. You can actually get up, but yeah, Viper. He's gonna be the one supported. Way to see the lanes go out. You probably see Viper, ES, as well as Veno head towards top. Necrolite and SF. They can be the solos. It's just a standard way to actually really roll out. You jump yourself over towards the eHome side, and you got yourself, well, they can play it multiple ways. Like you got Enigma up on the screen, he can go into the jungle, Morph will want a solo, Windrunner will want a solo, Lion, maybe even a solo for the middle lane, CM will go and support, but more than likely we'll probably see the